Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the European crossover webinar and start of the week. And we're actually moving higher here in indices. As you can see here, we're pressed up a little bit against here with the NQ. About 13, almost 13,485. Key level right here also. They actually had just posted a little minor hammer, not hammer, but hangman here. See whether or not we can go on and attempt to go on and push through that. And take a look with and the S&P's just about made here 4174. Take a quick look at what the euro's doing. Futures at 2201. Cash at 2197. So only a difference of about 4.5, 5 pips. And on to the cable. So we don't have the cable on there now. But the cable is at 4169. Wow, right on its highs too. Bitcoin, which had been under some pressure throughout the weekend, looked like it rebounded a little bit. Let's see where that is at. Oh, a very nice rebound. Look at that. On its highs too, or just about on its highs. They are on the 2-hour chart. And take a look where crude oil's at. On its highs also. Boy, look at this. 64.55. And gold has done very well. Let's see. There we go. Still hold up here in these highs. Look like it potentially had a chance to pare back a little bit further, but it's done very well. As far as news, economic data, we don't have anything until U.S. session, and we will have non-manufacturing business outlook survey. That's going to be at 7:30 Eastern, actually 8:30 Eastern. And housing price index at 9 a.m. Eastern. Wait a minute, that's on Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Apologize. Look at a new calendar. We do have April's Chicago Fed index. That's going to be at 8:30 Eastern. Sorry about that. I'm looking at a new calendar. I was trying to see if there was other news, but there wasn't beyond that. Let me go on and put the screen, have everything done a little bit differently. Jane says Bitcoin's currently at 36,000. Your chart doesn't look right. Holy smokes. Let me take a look here. Oh, you know what? That's right. Doggone. I have a data provider that I did not hook up. There we go. There we go. Thank you very much for that, Jane. No wonder. I have a data provider for Coinbase, and I had not turned it on. Obviously, now there it is at 36,000, and we'd actually dipped down to 30,994. Let's go to the 2-hour chart. There we go. Thank you very much for that. That certainly did help. And let's go on and switch over for the analysis. Okay, and Amir wanted to take a look at platinum, palladium, and silver. So let's go and take a look at those right now. Well, we've been talking about this for some time. This, that 161%. If we broke lower, and we did go in and break lower. Let's go and finally remove this. This was going to be the key support right in here, and pull this up, and we finally got below it. Which is 2809. So you can see here, as I said, we had slid back, kind of held our own. And once we held up against this 2809, we rallied. We posted this gravestone doji. We're looking here on the daily. And from there, it's been sliding. We talked about this, I think, mentioned it last week sometime, but them potentially goosing some stops, which they did. They actually closed below this. We're still below that key line of 2808, although they've trying to make it a little bit positive, but we are below that line. That's going to be resistance, and market doesn't get a chance to go positive until we get a daily close above 2906. There we go. I don't know if that's right, though. Yeah, it is. Thought it might be off. There we go. Take a look at palladium. And that was palladium, sorry about that. Platinum and net. Well, we've been sitting in this range here. We talked about that. I mean, it's been outside this range, but primarily this range between 1189 to 1240. And now we're breaking to the downside. Not good at all. I mean, this is that Curia right there that's at 1190. We call 1189, 89 and a half, but it's 1190 right here. We're breaking lower, and we're basically on our lows. I mean, here's how we closed on Friday, and now we're, unlike palladium, which is trying to recover a little bit, we're still pressing lower here. So initial support is really going to be there, right there, 1152. But if you want to come down to the bottom of this range, potentially we can get down to 1131. You will find some support at 1152. And silver. Still kind of holding its own. Let's take a look at where it is on a weekly chart. Well, we closed slightly positive for the week, but it certainly looks a bit ominous. This market needs to get above 2836. apologize. That's going to actually be 28.49. Needs to go above 28.49 to kick up another leg. On a daily chart, though, we had posted that it's a little, the wick's a little bit long for Gravestone Doji, but basically, again, like the Gravestone Doji, since then we've gone and paired back. Tried to hold its own on Friday, coming back a bit, but it's in a very, very quiet range. Right from the get-go, it needs to close right above 27.87. Need to close above 27.87. Looks to be about the high of the day at that area. And with that, we're going in. He says, Palladium, where's the next support? Is it 2,700? We'll go right back to that then. Hold on. Let's take a look at a weekly. Right there. Now, that's where it broke out. That'll be some initial support. 26.77. 26.77 on a weekly. Let's take a look on a daily. You can do a quick fib here. See right there's 50%. We actually hit the 50%. See that? That's the 50%, and that's 27.63. So we're trying to see if we can hold this area, and here at 27.63. Also, if you go off this high, which is a pretty good reaction, after we broke from that high, that's where they're going to want to try and find support right there. That's 27.47. So your 50% comes in right where we were. We hit the low on Friday, was right at the 27%. I mean, the 50%, which is 27.67. And then that's at the 50%. Hit that right on the dot on Friday. And then you've got this reactionary low here. And that's going to be 27.48. Of course, they might overshoot it a little bit, but that's where your support is. So this is Friday. We hit the 50% at 27.46, 27.64. Apologize, and then we've got this key reaction level right there at 27.47. My guess is they'll overshoot a little bit, but right in here, they're trying to make a stand right now with Friday's low being the 50%, and anything overshoots it. Probably going to see some demand against here. And demand just from people that would be looking to do a little bit of short cover, thinking, okay, well, as we go back to that previous high, I do want to cover some of my shorts. Let's go and now move on to the analysis. So the Euro Weekly, although posting a positive close, appears willing to take a pause. Initial support will be 29, and let's put on to the weekly. There we go on the weekly. So the Euro Weekly, although posting a positive close, there it is right there, Appears willing to take a pause. Initial support will be 2095. You can see that clearly. Followed by 2048. Resistance will be 2256. Well, we're 2201 right now. Let's take a look on the daily. Must have pulled that 2256 from further out. So let's go back here. Must be this level right here. Hold on. No, it is good resistance, but I came up with 2256. I put 2256, but really the resistance, and that's pretty solid there, 2244. Unless it was on the weekly. Let me take a look. How did I come up with that 2256? There, that's it. It's that weekly level. Yeah, that would be it. That would be it, 2256. That's where I came up with that, 2256, which should be just above that 2244 we've been at, but that's a weekly level right there, 2256. So that is correct. I was wondering where the heck did I come up with that number? 2256, 2095. Wide range, but the way this week is played out, you can see here, if we break back, I like this 2095. Go right there, initial support. But we still have room, and we closed higher, so the door's still open to move higher. And I do like the 2256 because that would allow the market to go and take these highs out, test above 2250, and then it may push higher, might even make it all the way up to 2278. But the key thing is going to be, can it close above 2256 for the week? So let's go move into the cable. Cable reached 42.41 on the prior week before pairing back to 41.38. The pair appears open to a pullback to 40.22. I say that while we're on our highs. Let's move into the, well, we're actually here on the daily though, to 40.42 with initial support at 40.90. 40.02 with a pullback to 40.02. Resistance will remain 42.41. You can see here. Now we are on highs, but it's a quiet session. And we did see that move on Friday to go right to this 42.41. Let's see how that looks on a weekly. Yeah, look at that. Almost like a little gravestone doji, except that the body's a little bit wide for a gravestone doji. But yeah, look, we made it to that 42.41. Look at that. That's that closing bar, and that's exactly why I like to do the resistance and support through the bodies. And you can see that right there. Let's pull this back. There we go. And edge this back. See right there against that body close? It's 42.41. And that's exactly where the market ran out of gas on Friday. So resistance is going to remain 42.41. I had 42.10. Oh, actually, we didn't. No. I had the 42.41. I don't know where we put 42.10 for Friday, but we did. But that's that big weekly level. And let's go back to where we're looking for support here. Initial support at 40.90. And that's not that far off. Bring it back to daily. Right there, you see the body right there? 40.90. Onto the Aussie dollar. Well, this one's just been sitting here in this range. I don't know range, but I did posted this like a week ago, and it's still trading within this, potential head and shoulders. So the Aussie remains in a 15 pip. I said 115. Meant to say 150. So it remains in a 150 pip range, 77 to 78.50. Now you can say, well, pushed a little bit higher, but the bulk of this is trading between 77 and 78.50. The pair is susceptible to a fall to 76.60, coming down in here. Okay, right there. 76.60 with support at 76.69. Resistance is going to be 78.19. And boy, are we dead in the water. And that might even be a stretch to put it at 78.19. But in case you want to press it, this is where the real resistance is against this level, 78.19. It's really, right in here, there's 77.87, but can they press it further? Yeah, it's going to be that shoulder. So we'll stick with the 78.19. And support 76.69 if we do go on and break. There we go. Let's go and move into the dollar yen. NDC is really quiet. Speaking of quiet, this thing's dead as a door now. So the dollar yen continues to defend the 850 area. There it is right here. I mean, if you look at this level, it's like 859, but basically the 850 level. The pair needs a daily close above 925. You look here, that's going to be 925. See that body close? That's what I'm going with. To start a new bull leg. A daily close below 845 opens a challenge to 751 with a pause at 807. So we need to get above 925 for a new leg up. They've been defending this 850, but at least for now, we got to go right here, right there, those lows. So let's see, right, where's the low right there? There, 831. But if they get it close below 845, it really opens the door for them to push low. But intraday, they can push as low as 831. And let's go and move into the dollar index. So the dollar index has managed to stay above 89.50 in the prior week. The index is open to a short recovery move to 90.66 with immediate resistance at 90.18. Support will be 89.78 followed by 89.40. So relatively quiet here. We'll go with that though. Well, it seems a little bit too close, but right here, 89 immediate, and it's trying to hold on there. So we'll see where that holds up. We might be a little bit too close on that support. But we put there, and we'll go with that. And 98.10 on the upside, with a potential move to 90.66. And let's go move into Bitcoin. Now I turned on the data feed for that from Coinbase. Thanks to Jane for letting me know. And I think we broke even lower from, well, we're higher right now, but we broke lower from initially when I did the analysis, which was Sunday morning. Bitcoin broke hard last week, taking out the 30,000 before rebounding to 42K. The coin remains susceptible to challenge 30,000. Initial support is going to be 33,500. With resistance at 36,300, followed by 38,350. So we'll go with the 38,350. And do this analysis on Sunday morning so we can see where we've moved even higher. So let's go with the 38,350. Since we're above 36. Surprised it's doing so well. That would be a little bit under further pressure. And on the downside, 33,500. Take a look at it on the daily. And see, we dipped here below 32K, kind of rebounded a bit. I'm pretty steady for this morning. Take a look where we're at. Doing well. Here's the 38,300 right there. You want to make a poke to that. And this bar here, see whether or not we can make that run there. Next one's going to be the S&Ps. Let's take a look there. So the S&P posted a solid rebound rally last week to 41.85. Man, that thing on Friday looked like it was going to go to the moon. It just kept on chugging up before we did come back and break down 30 handles. But before paring back 30 handles, resistance to start the week will be 41.74, which is exactly, I think, when we ran out of gas. We were looking at it earlier. High was, 41.73.5, okay. Will be 41.74 with support at 41.44, followed by 41.34. So it looks like we hit that one right on the button at 41.74. Although it actually looks like it did. Bear with me. And support at 41.44. It's going crazy. I'm looking at the Yes, I mean the NASDAQ. I'm thinking, where am I coming up with this number from? Kind of moved the charts around, so I was kind of confused. But yeah, that's going to be it right there. And we did make that run up to right at 41, looks like 41.73 and a half. We had 41.74. And okay, here we go. So we hit 150, 131 contracts trade. Look at that. Before we've gone and paired back. So it looks like they hit that right on the nose. Let's go move into NASDAQ. NASDAQ rallied 400 handles off the low last week before paring back 150 on Friday. Let's see, we're kind of pulling back a little bit. Support on Monday will be 13,386 followed by 13,343. Resistance will be 13,486. Holy smokes, looks like we just got there too. Yeah, there's the resistance. 13,484 will be 13,486. And the high so far has been 13,484, not bad. 13,486. And these levels are, I mean, I have the analysis on Sunday morning, so these levels have been there since yesterday morning. We are paring back a bit here. There's the high there. And support is going to be 13,386. Okay, and on to gold. So gold closed a week above the intermediate target of 1877. Remember, we've been looking for that level for over 3 weeks. We came like within 90 cents of hitting it. We paired back. We came up. We rallied up to 1892. Then we came back. So resistance for the week will be 1898, followed by 1911. Support will be 1866. And we'll go to the other chart to take a look at that. Hold on. So you can see where we're coming up with the 1911 right here. Pretty key level there. And I like 1898. Right here. You see right there? It comes up right. There's this body touch here and also this wick right there. 1898. So I don't want to go all the way up to 1911 right now. Post it. And support's going to be 1866. And you can see here with the SPOOs, this is a NASDAQ. With at 1346, and we've been pairing back 20 handles now from there. Let's now go into crude. Let's see here. Took me most of all Sunday evening to kind of get all this stuff configured. I've been trying to work with this program for 3 weeks, and then I was trying to. Took me a while to get things configured the way I wanted it to be configured, and finally got it. At least I believe it got all set up correctly the way I wanted it to set up. So let's go into crude oil. So that's why I'm kind of stumbling around here on the analysis, and why I kind of started out late for the session because I was up till 11 p.m. last night, so I got what 3 hours sleep. Let's go into crude oil. Wow, we're dipping in crude. Oh, because that's June crude. Okay. I mean, I'm looking at it on Take a Swim, but of course we're on July. No one is showing that. But anyway, so here's crude oil. Crude oil took a huge slide to 62 last week before recovering to 63.50. Let me see that. And I don't know why I put that on here showing Friday's information, but I already know what I was looking for, which was here was the initial resistance, 64.30, which is the 50%, and resistance was going to be right there, right at that level. 65.10. Should be in the, if you look at the analysis, shall be there. I don't know why I didn't update. So this should be 65.10. And support is going to be this lower bar right there, 63.97. But I know the real support would have come in right there, 63.58. Right now, you don't want to get below that. So right now, support's going to be 63.81. Amir wanted to look at Ethereum. Let me take a look if I can. I've got the feed for it. I just haven't pulled that up in a long time. Let's see here. We got a nice little hammer. Look at that. And that hammer came in. I guess we'll put this chart in here just in case we look at it down the road. So that hammer came in at 1915, and resistance comes in right there, 24.89. That's actually 24.98. Looking dyslexic or something like that, or viewing things dyslexic. 24.98. So we're within this range right now. Immediate, it comes in right there, 22.54 immediate. But if they want to get back up, got to get above 2,500. So that'll be it. Here's the bias chart. We'll get that posted into the room, and we'll see you in the chat room. And thanks for joining us here on the European Crossover webinar.